focusing on swivels. There's a few different types of swivels that we are going to cover today. We're going to talk about two different kinds of swivels: cross swivels, which are quite common and an action that you're going to see across the board with your Latin dances, as well as outside or toe swivels. So that is what we are going to focus on today, and the purpose for this is not only do they look great on the dance floor, but they do have a technical component to them that really trickles into all of your Latin dances and will only just help you become a better dancer. So without further ado, let's jump into your swivels. Talk about today is going to be your cross swivel, and that type of swivel comes across the body and then collects. But before we get into that, we're going to back it up just a little bit, and we're going to focus on a couple of different exercises that are going to help you to develop stronger swivels and those really beautiful leg lines. So all we're going to do, I'm just going to turn sideways so it's easier to see, is actually you're going to put your feet together, toes and heels, and we're just going to focus on twisting, just like the old school twist, twisting on the tops and the balls of the feet, just like so. So if you want to hold on to something, you're more than welcome. If you just want to focus on your own balance, that works great too. The most important thing here is the alignment, the posture, and where you are actually stabilized on what part of the foot. So the last thing we want to do is bringing our head weight too far back. One thing to think about when we're doing that twist is actually aligning our spine and our head weight right over top of the balls of the feet. So that's number one, making sure everything is nicely in line. And then when we take that into your twist, we're not going to be bringing it behind us. Keeping everything on the balls of the feet. I'm going to turn to face the back. If you're holding on to something, that works great. And twist. The other thing I want you to take notice of is I'm not moving, and this is where the alignment portion comes in, is I'm not moving my upper body with my lower body. So this is where we get into the technical components of your swivel outside of just where the feet are going. Number one is your alignment over top of your feet. Number two is we want to keep our shoulders and our rib cage facing our imaginary partner. So if this bar is my imaginary partner, I've got my weight over top of the balls of my feet, my head weight is stacked over top, and as I bring my hands comfortably on my bar, I'm just going to make sure that I'm not moving my shoulders and my ribs. So everything is going to move underneath me. So that's where we get into what's called opposition. And this trickles into all of your dances as well. And very, very important when you're working with a partner. It's one thing to be able to do all these on your own, but everything that we practice has to translate to a partner as well. So number one, alignment. Number two, where our weight is in relation to our feet. And then also keeping those shoulders and rib cage facing your bar or your partner. Like so. Now that we've kind of touched base on the technical part, we want to put that and translate that into your actual swivel. So the first swivel we're going to talk about, like I mentioned, is your cross swivel or your inside swivel. So all that's going to look like is my right toe, for example, is going to come across the other side, and then I'm going to switch. Come across and switch, like so. we're gonna break that down. I think the easiest way to maybe see that is if I demonstrate from the back, you'll be able to see my hips and my knees and feet. We're gonna choose one leg to start with, and that twist is gonna come into that standing or supporting leg. So if I've got my right foot ready to go, I'm gonna twist, I'm gonna extend my right leg, and change my weight. As I bring that back knee in, I'm tracking my body, my leg, and I'm twisting and swiveling on that supporting leg. And extend. Change weight, swivel, extend. Change, collect, swivel, and extend. Like so. Don't be afraid to really break it down and just focus it on little pieces at a time. So once again, I'm just going to show you what that's going to look like, but I'm going to face this way. So you can see from the front, I've got my right toe ready to go. Remember, toes first in your Latin dances, so that's going to be taken into your swivels as well. So toe is ready to go, my weight is on my left foot. I'm going to extend and actually push from my right hamstring, bring it forward, my legs are tracking to that corner, change my weight. Swivel, my knees, as you can see with the skirt I have on, are tracking in the same direction. My shoulders are facing my imaginary partner. Extend and swivel. And swivel, extend, change, swivel. Extend, change, swivel. And my core plays a very important role because that's going to help us create that opposition and balance. All right, moving along to swivel number 2, which is your outside swivel. And this has an extension that we're going to take in front of our hips. So the swivel action still happens on the supporting leg, but the look of it is going to be quite different. Getting into our outside swivel. Very key, we're still tracking everything. Knees, the feet. From here, I'm going to still collect, imagine it's the same movement, but I'm going to start with my swivel on my left leg. So the one I'm standing on, I'm going to swivel, then extend in front of me and change my weight. Collect my feet and my knees, swivel, and in front. Change weight. Swivel, extend, change weight. Swivel, extend, change weight. So again, you still have those 3 kind of building blocks to your swivel. You're still going to have that weight transfer, which is really, really important, but the look is more in front of you. Something that's very important that we want to avoid actually for both of your swivels is avoiding keeping the knees completely turned out, right? So yes, they come in, it's, as you can see, it's a bent leg on the leg that's free. And then as I extend, my knees are tracking in the same direction. So I'm not doing, also not attractive. So my knees are going in the same way. They're not going on separate tracks from each other. And that's really, really important. And that goes for these swivels as well. Knee follows the opposite knee. So I'm going to turn around. I'm going to show you what that looks like with the footwork from the other direction. So I'm facing the back, I've got my right leg ready to go. I'm standing on my left leg, my right knee is bent. I've tracked it in. I swivel, my shoulders are still facing my imaginary partner. change weight. Track, swivel, extend, change weight. Track, swivel, extend, track, swivel, extend, track, swivel, extend, change weight. Track, swivel, extend, change. So what that will look like, a little bit quicker, so you can see more of a smoother demonstration, is if I'm here, I bring it out and up. And I'm still working my core. Now, one thing to remember with swivels is they don't always have to be in even timing. So they don't always have to be, whether you're doing cross or open, they don't have to just follow slow, slow, slow. And this also goes for the leaders. So this isn't necessarily just for, you know, the followers and for the ladies technique. Swivel actions are going to happen in so many parts of your dancing and a lot of different styles of your ballroom dances. So this is a very good and crucial piece of information for you to use so that it helps you become stronger Latin dancers as well. The variety when it comes to your timing is going to change based on your partner, of course. And an example of that would be, if I turn around, if I'm doing the cross swivels, we could do slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. I can do the same timing for my extended swivel as well, or my outside swivel. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 quick, quick, slow. Something I'd like you all to notice as well, you always have that beautiful extension at the end of your swivels. Now obviously that's going to take a lot of practice, and the biggest thing about swivels is the actual swiveling action, which we talked about at the beginning. So that twisting action and keeping your shoulders to your partner. Because without those elements, the rest of it you're going to struggle with quite a bit, or it's not going to give you the look and the feel that you want in a swivel. An additional technical tip, when you take your swivel, whether you're extending out or you're stepping across, is you want to think about leaving the toes on the floor for as long as possible, just like you would in a box step. So if I'm standing here, I've got my hands, and if I extend, I'm reaching my back toe for as long as possible, and then I switch. I extend, and collect. And the longer you hold those slows, for example, the more of a sharpness that you're going to get with your swivels, which is that really beautiful look that we see all the time. So just to reiterate everything for you, I'm going to demonstrate the cross swivels, and then I'm going to demonstrate the open swivel. Slow, 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 slow. And separate timing. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. Open swivels. Slow, 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 slow. And timing option number 2. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, collect. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. Here you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Swivels are such a beautiful part of Latin dancing, and they're really, really important to help you develop in your Latin dances later on as well, just to help you become a better dancer. If there's anything else like this that you want to learn, please don't hesitate to leave a comment or message in the comment section below, and I would be happy to go through anything else that you guys want to learn. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one. Happy dancing!